Welcome back, SethBling here, and today I want to show you my attempt to create Monkey Ball in Minecraft. Now if you don't know what Monkey Ball is, it's a monkey that rides around in a ball, and it looks a little bit like this. Now this ball thing is really crappy, just like the rendering for some reason. Like the slime blocks that are on the ground for some reason are rendering in front of all of the glass blocks in the slime ball. They're like changing color, and it's terrible. So I'm actually going to go ahead and just get rid of it. But basically this works a lot like the unicycle from the other day. So first let's reset and then remove the glass. Okay, so here we have the same thing without the glass. It just looks like a saddle from an invisible pig. Yeah, you basically point down to go to roll the ball forward. It's like as if you're tilting the ground in a certain direction, and then you point more up to roll the ball backwards. And you can bounce off of things, and if you roll on top of a slime block, it'll basically punch you way up into the air. And you can see the physics are actually pretty accurate. You bounce off of things correctly. Whoa. That was kind of crazy. You bounce off of things pretty much correctly, and you get like accelerated in the direction that you're tilting, and if you like hit the ground, you'll bounce off the ground. You can like bounce off the sides of things and also the tops of things and everything. So I'm pretty happy actually with how the physics turned out. Oh, okay. Ah, darn it. I've never actually been able to get all the way through this little yellow thing I built here. But yeah, if your head, for some reason, if your head like goes through a block in F5 mode, it puts you out of F5 mode, which is, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, but it's a little obnoxious for this particular case. Anyway, I'm gonna try doing this again. It's kind of fun to play around with. I didn't like try making any. Oh my god! Come on, do it, do it! No, I didn't try making any real courses. Just some test stuff to play around with and make sure everything worked. But you can download this for yourself, and I basically have a world with all of this stuff in it. Oh wow, this is hard to deal with. I have a world with all this stuff in it, and you can just download it. And if you want to try making your own courses, feel free to do it. And but it's definitely real fun to play around with. We've got, let's see, this is the part of the video where I explain kind of how it works. Of course, there's an invisible pig. It's called Monkey Ball. Let's respawn it with the glass just temporarily so that we can see. Let's go actually in F1, I guess. F5, whatever. Let's see. So there's armor stands wearing glass on their head. It just does not render well, though. It doesn't know what to render in front of what. It does, I mean, it does kind of render transparency correctly, but it's just, it's not right. Anyway, so let's go back, and so that's what's up with kind of how it's doing graphically. But then we have stuff like set display sidebar. So there's a couple of things. There's like tilt. Tilt is one of the things, and that basically measures, you can see when I'm pointing down it's 2, and when I'm pointing up it's -3. And so that measures like which direction you've tilted the world, whether it's positive or negative, because there's only up or down. And then I'm gonna get off. It freezes the ball when you get off. So there's like AX and AZ. So AX and AZ, they're 0 when you're not on the monkey ball, but you can kind of see it's like the acceleration direction. So if I'm tilted so that I'm not accelerating, it's gonna just be 0. But if I tilt backwards, and so you can see as you rotate around, it rotates. I actually looked up a mathematical approximation for sine and cosine, and that's part of the command blocks here. So I have this approximation for sine and cosine going on in order to calculate those, and they're also being multiplied by the tilt factor, so you can have different amounts of, you know, magnitudes for the vectors. So I'm doing some actual vector math here, and it's just pretty cool. So we have acceleration, and then we have velocity, and so you can see if I'm not accelerating, the velocity in the x direction is doing whatever. Actually, doesn't seem right. Seems like it should be accelerating. Okay, I don't know. No, it's fine. Yeah, it's definitely fine. 2000 is the maximum velocity in each direction, in the x and z direction. So there's Vx and there's Vz. Of course, x, y, and z are the 3 coordinates, X and Z. X is this direction that I'm pointing now, Z is this direction, and Y is up and down. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how I keep track of it. If it detects that there is an air, or something other than an air block in the direction that you're facing, it'll just bounce you off at that block by reversing your velocity and that sort of stuff. So it's got a pretty good accurate physics representation, and it does the same sort of stuff for bouncing and everything. Anyway, download it if you'd like to try it out. Otherwise, that's about it. Thanks for watching.